Amara and Kira grew up on the same narrow street in Makoko, Lagos, where wooden houses leaned toward the lagoon and dreams leaned toward the sky. Their families were poor, but their hopes were rich. From childhood they knew they wanted more than survival. They wanted to be seen. They wanted their names to mean something. They shared everything: clothes, notebooks, food, and secrets. When one cried, the other wiped the tears. When one failed, the other reminded her why she started. They didn't just call each other friends. They called each other sisters. Every morning before school, they stood in front of a cracked mirror. Kira adjusted Amara's collar. Amara tied Kira's hair. Then they smiled at each other and whispered their promise. No matter who gets there first, we pull the other up. In school, while others dreamed of marriage and money, they dreamed of film, cameras, scripts, and stages. They wrote stories in the margins of their notebooks. They acted in classrooms when teachers were not watching. They turned empty corridors into movie sets and broken chairs into audience seats. At night, in their small shared room, they practiced award speeches using hairbrushes as microphones. "I thank Amara for believing in me," Kira would say dramatically. "And I thank Kira for never letting me give up," Amara would reply. They laughed, but deep inside they meant every word. After secondary school, life became harder. Rejection became normal. Auditions came and went. Sometimes they returned home tired and hungry. Sometimes they cried quietly in the dark. But they never blamed each other. They only reminded each other of their promise. Until the day opportunity arrived. A major film audition was announced in Abuja for a big production titled The Governor's Daughter. It was the kind of movie that could change a life forever. They traveled together, holding hands like children afraid to be separated. Inside the audition hall were hundreds of beautiful, confident girls. But round after round, Amara and Kira survived. Until only two names remained. Their names. And that was the moment their friendship met its greatest test. Amara waited outside the audition room while Kira rehearsed her lines. Her heart beat loudly in her chest. She was proud of her friend, but she was also afraid. Afraid of being left behind. Afraid of being second. Afraid of being forgotten. When she walked toward the restroom, she overheard the director speaking quietly to his assistant. "Amara has the fire. She feels real. She's our first choice." Amara froze. For a second she should have felt happy. But another feeling entered her heart. Fear mixed with jealousy. She imagined Kira watching her succeed. She imagined herself alone in the spotlight. She imagined Kira slowly becoming just the friend. And she hated that thought. When she returned, she hid her emotions behind a worried face. "Kira," she whispered, touching her arm. "I heard something." They moved the final meeting across town. "If you don't leave now, you'll miss it." Kira panicked. "Are you sure?" Amara nodded quickly and gave her the last transport money she had. "Go. I'll tell them you're on your way." Kira trusted her without doubt. Ran. She arrived at an empty studio. No director. No audition. No opportunity. 10 minutes later, Amara walked into the director's office calmly. "Kira said she got another offer this morning," Amara said softly. "She told me to take the role if it's still available." The director felt insulted. He pushed the contract across the table. Amara signed. When Kira returned later, confused and shaking, Amara was waiting with tears already prepared. "They got tired of waiting," Amara cried. "They gave the role to me. I tried to stop them, I swear." Kira hugged her tightly. "At least one of us made it," she whispered. She didn't know she had just lost everything. At first, Kira supported Amara with her whole heart. She helped her pack. She prayed for her success. She celebrated her first interview. She shared her pictures online proudly. But slowly things changed. Amara became famous. Her face appeared on billboards. Her name appeared in magazines. People called her self-made. In interviews she spoke about struggle, loneliness, and strength. But she never mentioned Kira. When Kira called, assistants answered. "She's busy. She's on set. She'll call back." She never did. Then something worse started happening. Kira applied for small roles. She was invited, then rejected. Again and again. She didn't understand why doors kept closing. What she didn't know was that Amara was quietly poisoning those doors. She's talented but unstable. She can't handle pressure. She reminds me of myself, and that's why I won't recommend her. She never shouted. She whispered. Kira blamed herself. She blamed her voice, her face, her confidence. She believed she was the problem. Then came the premiere night. Kira stood behind the barricades in a simple dress, waiting to see her friend. When Amara saw her, fear flashed in her eyes. She whispered to security, "That girl is a stalker from my past." Kira was pushed away. That night, Kira cried openly for the first time in years. Not because of rejection, but because of betrayal she didn't yet understand. 2 years later, Kira overheard casting staff discussing the old film. "Funny thing," one of them said, "Amara wasn't even the first choice. The other girl was meant to get the role." Kira's heart dropped. Everything made sense. She went to Amara's penthouse in Lekki. Amara opened the door, holding wine, eyes tired. "I know everything," Kira said calmly. Amara tried to deny it, but the truth collapsed out of her. "I was scared," Amara cried. "I thought if you got close again you would outshine me." Kira looked around the luxurious apartment. "It's beautiful," she said softly. "But it's empty." Amara fell onto the couch. "I can't sleep. I drink to forget. Every award feels like a lie." Kira's voice was gentle but firm. "You didn't just steal my dream. You destroyed our promise." Amara begged for forgiveness. Kira shook her head. "I'm not forgiving you. I'm not exposing you. I'm just choosing peace." She turned and walked away. Amara remained in her mansion. But alone. Kira returned to Makoko and built a small creative studio for young girls. Not famous, but free. And she whispered to herself, "You don't need a spotlight to shine. You need a heart that can sleep in peace." Moral lesson. Success that is built on betrayal will never bring peace. True greatness is not measured by fame, money, or applause, but by how you treat the people who believed in you when you had nothing. A clean heart shines brighter than any spotlight. Thank you for watching this story on Gist Folktale. Remember, dreams are beautiful but loyalty is priceless. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More powerful stories are coming soon. Until next time, stay kind, stay humble, and keep believing in your own light.